Wonderful people, thank you for being here today. Yes, yes, thank you. Oh, sorry, we're running a little late today. You know how it is when you preparing for the turkey. All right, now. No, I didn't cook. Thank you. But guess what? I did cook something. I made clam chowder for real, for real. Hey, wow, came out good. Now I'm going when I've been off the air. I'm going back and like, chow down, chow down. Anyway, today let's talk a little bit about a community situation. Let's talk a little bit about a world situation. Let's talk a lot about what the world is going on in this atmosphere. We keep going through some changes, unnecessary stuff. We don't know where we're going, coming, or doing what. And then things have been flip flop, change direction. Wow. Ambush, detoured. We don't know where we are and what we're going, but yet and still, we still got to look in that proverbial mirror every day, every day, every day. But then sometimes, I guess we don't look in the mirror because we're afraid to see what we're going to see, afraid to see something that's going to come about that's going to jack us up. So what we doing? Still, we got to look in the mirror because the mirror is not going to lie to us. The mirror is not going to lie for you, nobody else. So see what you see and understand what you're seeing, what you're looking at, because now we have to accept it. And that's accountability. And that comes to what we want to talk about today about accountability. Wow. We notice in one of the scriptures where it says that Jesus is the reflection of God. Yeah, all right now. And woman is the reflection of man. But man, through Jesus Christ, is the reflection of God, the Almighty, the Most High God, and everything, right? So we get a whole lot of different controversy, a whole lot of different situations and standard and everything else, because Jesus is the image and the likeness of God, and we are the image and the likeness of God, and God blew breath in the man's mouth, and then man became a living soul, and then he gave man free will. Hey, you go out and make your decisions, and God is such a gentleman; He's not going to interfere with your decision, what you want to do. Mess up if you want to, because if you mess up, it's called a crime, and crime means that there has to be a punishment. Woo, punishment that is, and sometimes we don't know exactly the amount of the deed of the punishment. So therefore, we try to stay out of harm's way, try to stay out of the crime zone, crime type situation. But that's not happening the way we see it today. Today more than ever. In the past, it was a few things, a few situations came about because of the attitude, because of disposition, because of circumstances, because things came down hard on the poor man. And then, yes, that poor man, you know what I mean? And then come down the line, man, we're getting be used, abused, it's set up. Things that started happening under not under his control. Just like some of the women sometimes, like what happened? I don't know what's going on. Because every time you turn around, something went down. The man was getting charged, the man was going to being incarcerated, the man was getting hurt, powerful. And then started taking away the job from the man. Now the man's unemployed, unemployed, unemployed. He can't do things. He started looking at a little business, and here comes the government. Nah, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. But the man was all by himself. He tried. He used to have communities. He used to have working class communities, and then some of those communities were flourishing. I mean, really successful communities. Here comes the system again, destroying the whole community. We have heard of situations where whole communities got flooded out there. They're in the bottom of a lake or something. People got raped. People got hurt. People got molested. People got uh, to the place where there was like different things that came about that was so hard, so sad, and unbelieving, unforgiving. Just like out there in Oklahoma, Tulsa. Now that was unbelievable, unbelievable for all of the people. But then what make it so bad? All of these things came about but seems to be there's no bounce back power. What happened to the men? There's no bounce back power. What happened to the men? Then we came with the religious with spirituality. As long as he stand up in the church, it was all right. But then he started to get dispossessed out of the church. Now the women are in the church. And then I heard a situation not too long ago where the women just talking about how they become powerful in the church, right? They do this, they doing that, they have all kind of ministry, they have all kind of leadership, all this good stuff. And then what happened to the men? Well, you know what happened to the men. You've taken their place. But reason why you're taking their place, because the man has given up. He's sitting down, he's sitting back. He become nonchalant, he become naive. He gave up without a fight. So what happened to him? Do you think that man is still the power, have the power that God has given him? Of course. But he's not using it. Is the man listening to the outside influences of the evil one to say that, okay, we know that you're supposed to do this, supposed to do that, and you have given the authority to do these things, but you're not doing it. So I'm asking the people out there, right here, right now, what happened? What happened? Why is the man so docile? Why is he so uh, inconsiderate? Why is he sitting back and letting his wife, letting the woman take the rule, take the leadership that he's supposed to have? Why is he like not educated and not having the spirit of trying to learn more about how to maneuver, how to develop his mind, his brain power to do these things, to come forth, to come up, and to use imagination? Why is he so like out there in left field where he just sitting down, sitting around, either incarcerated because now they came up with a system. They came up with a system. The man did this too. 3 strikes. Whoa. No matter what happened, sometimes you can be set up and pushed into a situation where you have to defend yourself or something. Another strike. Sometimes you put in a situation where you have to save your life. Another strike. All these things come about, and man still sit there and he's saying, I don't want to be bothered. Wow. Or either I don't believe this and I don't believe that, and he's still not active, not doing anything to make himself more vocal, more focal out there, leader, to be in a leadership. And then there's a few leaders out there that's trying, but they can't generate, they can't how you say, get the men together to form a association, to form a group, to form a power structure. Ever since the manpower and the Million Man March, how long ago was that? How long ago was that? Almost 50 years ago, dude. What happened to these every year, every other year? And now the man is just completely given up, and God is still God. The God is still God of the universe. God did not come down here with a switch and started beating up on people. No, no, he didn't. But yet and still, man is laid back and he's sitting back, and now he's like comfortable. What happened to the man? Please, please help me to understand this situation. Why is the man so out of inundated with bad things that's happening to him? If he's not bad things that happening to him, why is he just sitting down? He always claiming that he the boss, he the leader, this and that and other, but yet still he's not taking a leadership role. He's not taking the role that says that, hey, I'm in charge. But is he really in charge? Does he really have the power to say, do this and do that, and then it come to pass? Is it effective? No, not really, not really, because now she the one has to make the decision. She the one that said, "Oh, hey, bro, look here. Hey, babe, this, that, and other." And he like, "Yeah, okay, babe, whatever you say." What? And then when you get home, he said, "Well, babe, you got to sleep on the sofa tonight." Oh, he sleeps on the sofa tonight. What? He is not the master of his own house. He's not. And then when she does something crazy, then he all upset. Why did she do that? Why would she do that? Oh, she betrayed me. Why she disrespected me? Well, brother, you put yourself in that position of being disrespected. Brother, you put yourself in that position of being inconsiderate. Brother, you put yourself in that position of being uh, in a position of saying that you are now no longer the power structure. No longer. Now you are insecure. You're very much insecure. You have no backbone. You have no ankle bone. And then what goes between your ears is something that shouldn't be in your ears because now you're sitting back and now you've been occupied by nonsense. You're occupied by crazy stuff. You're occupied with violence. You're occupied with low value. So now, brother, what are you going to do? When are you going to wake up? When are you going to get up? When are you going to reach up? When are you going to look up and decree and declare a thing? When are you going to pull yourself up and get out of that proverbial bucket? You're pulling each other down. Everything that you say, everything you do is supposed to be for the benefit of others. Everything you talk about, everything you say is supposed to give value to what for others. Can you pray for each other? Can you do what you're supposed to do for each other? Or are you just there uh, marking time? Are you there being a filibuster like the politicians are? So, brother, talk to me. What are you doing? What can you do? And what will you do? Or are you going to be there and be defeated, be destroyed, and then wake up one day and say, why am I in this flames? Why? And then you say, Father Abraham, send that man that was eating out of my garbage can and put some water on my tongue. Wow. Why would you have to do that? Why didn't you help that poor man that was out there eating out of your garbage can? Could you have taken him a piece of bread over there and say, hey, brother, look here, call him brother. Can you help him? Or either do you help someone and say, oh, look what I did. I helped this and I helped that. I went this and I went there and I did that. See? Or did you make an effort to say, this is for the kingdom? This is what I do because this is how I'm supposed to do because this is my reasonable service. Are we in that position, that place where we can say that for God I live, for God I die, blessed be the name of the Lord? And then you say, can you say that even if he slay me, I will still trust him? Or are we having a backup plan? We're having plan B, plan A. Are we leaving things in the position of our women, that is? You know what I mean? So if she doesn't come through, oh well, I can't trust her. She betrayed me. Oh, she did this and she did that. Well, where were you? Where were you trying protecting her? Where were you covering her? Well, I had to work. I had. You mean to tell me that you're so weak you couldn't stand up to your boss and tell him, that, look here, I can take this file home and work on my computer at home. Why do I have to stay here 8 and 9 and 10 o'clock at night? Come on. He's not doing it. And if he does it, he should be paying you triple, double time. And then you should let your wife know, hey, babe, look here. The boss said, we're going to try to get this project out. And there's a meeting at 8 o'clock. We get down here at 8:30, 8:30, something like that, 9 o'clock. And I should be home soon, right? But no, he don't say anything to her. She's thinking that he's messing around. Now she have her ears open to outside influences and stuff. And things start to happen. Next thing you know, he's taking time off to go see a lawyer. He's taking time off to go see an investigator. He's taking time off to follow and to try to check her out, try to get evidence to prove that she's messing up. Well, all the time before, a real man, a real deal, a real prophet, and a real leader would have nipped it in the bud, got rid of the wolves before they came to the sheep pasture. He would have defended himself, explained to her what's happening, talk with her. And then if she decided to go there, hey, one sheep gone, out of here. Yeah, bye. You know what I mean? But no, what happened? He's obsessive. She is now his God in everything. But yet and still he's weak. He's weak. He is not on the altar like he's supposed to, they should be, if he's going to put that stuff in that position. So wonderful people. I just want to bring it to you. And I want you to think about these things. As you hear these words, as you hear this message, talk about it, think about it, and then look at the situation in the world. See what is going on. Why so many people are left sitting up around in cell block C and cell block D, hurting each other, messing with each other, and then being a worse criminal than when they went in. Come on. Well, they won't let you. Why not they let you? Why? Who is it that they're not letting? Well, they're redlining, and and do you really need credit? Do you really need the loan? Do you really need all this stuff? When I hear people from certain countries, some cultures, when they come to America, the people that's already here has put together thousands of dollars. And when they come in, they have a house. They have a house, even. Come on now. And they help each other. And then as they progress, they have their own job, more or less. They're running the gas station. They're running this. They're running that. But we don't. Oh, I can't work for no $4 an hour. I can't work no $5 an hour. But they're doing it. They're doing it and making money. They're doing it and making money. Come on. This can happen. So, do you really have to have a name brand, $300 pocketbook? Do you really have to have a $1,000 pair of shoes? Do you really have to have a $25,000 jacket, a coat? Come on now. And you have it. But are you investing in anything? You crying about those stores. How many stocks do you own for that store that you're trying to boycott? How many stocks do you own that says, okay, well, we're not going to shop here, not going to shop there because they did this, they did that. Well, do you own any shares in it? Who told you that you can't buy stocks? Who told you you can't get together and have an organization? It happened one time before. One time before. We had a guy that worked in the bank. He got together, people, and joined a club more or less. You put a little money in there, and then at a certain time, you invest the money. Okay? But that was the idea, even though it didn't work out like somebody, because, sometimes greed will come in, sometimes evil will come in, but the idea, the principle is that what happened is what it is supposed to be about. We could get together, and then our fathers and forefathers and grandfathers own that little property in the South, own that little property in the house down the street there. What happened? Oh, well, my aunt, my great aunt, my great uncle, my great grandfather had this house, and, I need to pay my drug bills. And this happened. It's happening. Either, well, I want to share. I want my share. I want my share. What are you doing with the property? Are you anybody going to? I'm not going back to no farm, but yeah, what are you doing now? Roaches are crawling up and down your back, bed bugs all up in your situation, rats and roaches eating up all your food, but yet and still you paying that expensive rent every month. You trying to pay it, then you got to be evicted. So now you lived in 5 houses in 3 years. Come on, bro. Come on. What's going on here? And now you're alcoholic. Now you're a drug addict. Now you're a thief. Now you're this and now you're that. Come on. What happened to the man today? Don't just sit there and lay there. So you work, you have a paycheck every day. How much do you have in your bank today? How much? Are you a millionaire? Are you even close to a millionaire? Do you have how many $100,000 do you have already? How many investments have you made? How many times have you flown across country, you know, to say, I'm making an investment. I'm trying something out. I want to do this. I want to do that. You can do this. You can do it. Come on now. It can happen. So please, people, how many books are you reading? How many books are you reading? I had books when I got ready to leave my house, right? And I went to take them to the soup kitchen. And this black man, yes, I said it. Oh well, these books are no good because it doesn't matter about how good the books are. It's a book, and it shows something, principles. Books on carpentry, books on trying to do something, construction, books on marketing, books on accounting. Those books are not that old. Any information is better than no information. I almost said that word. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. But it upsets you. You know that man is out in somebody's uh, cozy corner 6 feet under. But yet and still, people could have learned electricity because that's what I used to do. I used to get books on psychology, books on marketing, books on this, books on that, motivation, uh, inspirational type thing, salesmanship. You have to learn these things. Making $3 an hour, flying to Las Vegas, flying to Texas, meetings, going to different places, buying property in uh not Jamaica but Bahamas, prime property. You can do this. Going to seminars, learning something. So sometime it was a free seminar. They think they're gonna get you. No, you go there, you eat your food, you know the program, you have your little tape recorder with you. Invest in something. Shining shoes, making money. Oh, I ain't gonna shine nobody's shoes. Why not? Why not? Shining shoes, build your clientele, build your relationship, build your brand, do something exciting. But this is what happened. This is what happened day by day by day. So anyway, I just want to bring to you, open up your mind, and then sometimes you have to put a proverbial shoe in the wrong place. To shine your shoes. All right now. So look here, guys. Take care, and I'll be talking with you soon and very soon. Blessing and peace. Hope you have a wonderful holiday. And there's always something to be grateful for. Yes, we coming on that place where we have the holiday season. There's a gratitude, and then there's a birth. But it's not the birth that we're talking about that said, but just the idea that he came, the idea that he's here, the idea that he's available, the idea that he's here to help, the idea that all you have to do is reach for him. Ideas that you have to want him first. Please come back to want him. Come back to respecting him. Come back to giving him glory. To give glory to the Almighty in all that you do. Whatsoever you do, whatsoever you eat, whatsoever you drink, do all to the glory of the true and living God through his Son, Jesus Christ, our Savior. Okay? The forgiver and the redeemer of sin. Take care. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And take care. Peace and grace and love. Bye now. All right now.